Welcome to the Texas Metal Show. I'm your host, John fucking Winningham, and on this episode, we talk to Thundertank again. Just a fair bit of warning on this episode. This interview is a bit directionless. We have never thought about interviewing a band twice, and when Hell Crusher and Phosphorus contacted us, I wasn't exactly sure how everything was going to go, although we ended up talking about their brand new EP, Goat Smoker, which is out now. TexasMetalShow.com. Check your show notes and get a copy. I don't believe we announced the song on today's episode. It is Primitive Hell Ripper. I hope you enjoy it. The holiday season has kind of held us back from getting episodes out, but here it is. Possibly the only episode of December. Blah! So are we going to use your stage names? Because I remember yours, it's Phosphorus.
Yeah.
But I don't remember yours.
He has the best one.
You're not King Shit, because that's the other dude. You're
Hell Crusher.
Hell Crusher.
Hell
Damn
Crusher.
it, that is the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you get stuck with Phosphorus?
I mean, I came up with that. I've always kind of wanted to use it.
No, when I was a kid...
It does sound funny out loud, but...
No, Phosphorus is awesome.
Cool on paper.
When I was a kid, the Phosphorus used to react in the water where we kept our boat, so when you were rowing out, every time you'd hit the water, the Phosphorus would light up light blue. Every time your oars would hit the water. Yeah, when Phosphorus gets in water, like naturally occurring, fucking cool as shit. Maybe, you know, we can think of... When I think Phosphorus really cool for you, I think of that old Christian dude that used to come around to the church when I was a kid, who's like, half of his face was all burnt and gnarly and fucked up because he was in Vietnam and he went to throw a phosphorus grenade and it got shot out of his hand. Phosphorus grenades don't go out. They don't need oxygen to burn. He like jumped in the river and like half of his body's all burned up because the phosphorus just has.
Burning?
Yeah, well, yeah, because the phosphorus has to just burn away. You can't. There's no stopping it.
Oh my
Especially not when you're in the jungle. And he goes around to schools talking about God and Jesus and shit and how it changed his life. And I remember he had a book, and the book was called No One Ever Cried for Me Before. And that was some sad ass shit when he told that fucking story about some teenage girl that got raped a bunch of times by her dad. And it's all like really that kind of like horrible shit, you know.
Damn.
What was that dude? Dude, I wish I knew what that guy's name was. Because like when I was a kid, we went to church. Like we went to Bible study every week, and we went to church every Sunday. Like church was just a thing we did because that's how we were raised.
Yeah.
Wasn't until I was introduced to satanic music that I realized life could be so much better, and it can with the devil. Hail Satan. God, fuck, I gotta look this dude up. I used to have his books, man. I used to listen to DC Talk and shit. Fucking Jesus freak. I love the Lord.
Wake up.
But
Who's that lady? The old Christian like tele-evangelist on Daystar? Joyce Myers or whatever.
Joyce Myers.
Wake up and watch Joyce Myers before work. Make you a nice Christian breakfast.
Dude, have you seen that? Benny Hinn, right? Benny Hinn. Which one's the comedian? Which one's the preacher? I think Benny Hinn is the preacher.
Yeah.
But he's like going like this, and like people like fall down. But they put the Street Fighter sound effect. It's like Hogan, and like everybody like falls down. It's like awesome. It's like Sonic Boom, and everybody falls down. It's like, dude,
man, I think we've already started.
We have.
I think there's going to be an interesting segue into the actual interview for this episode. Hold on, guys. Phosphorus grenade, melted face.
I've never heard of that.
That's
gnarly.
Melted face Christian. Phosphorus grenade, melted face Christian. That should be a Thundertank song. Holy shit. What was the other one?
Fuck. Weed drum.
Yeah,
weed drum. That's a cool name.
Dude, hell yeah.
No, because I was going to break
dude.
up my weed on the drum. He's like, weed drum. Like,
Dave Rover. Rover, R-E-O, God damn it, R-O-E-V-E-R. Look at this dude. That motherfucker,
oh my god,
just phosphorused his fucking face all the hell.
The guy in
dude.
sequel to
yeah, it's fucked up. I wonder if he's dead. But yeah, I used to go see this guy. Like, I remember seeing this dude, like, talk in front of the church and shit and thinking, like, that's a fucked up shit, and I bought his book. It's all fucked up shit. It's like, everybody's been raping me my entire life, and I found Jesus, and now life is better. And you're like, oh, is that all this is? Story about abuse and rape, and then how Jesus touches you and makes it all better. Oh, fuck, man. I got the dumb shit you believe when you're a kid. Seriously.
Yeah.
I got a good friend of mine who's like, he's like a conservative Republican, but he's like, gays are cool and should have all this. Like, he's not like, I'm super Christian, I hate gays and faggots. He's not an asshole. Like, he's like, yeah, totally gays should be able to get married, and it's fucking stupid that blah, blah, blah. His oldest daughter comes up to me, and she's like, Big John, they call me Big John, can I talk to you about Jesus? And I was like, look, I don't want to talk about Jesus, and I'm never going to want to talk about Jesus, and so for the future of our relationship, we just, like, don't talk to me about Jesus. We'll be cool. Maybe when you're older, we can talk about Jesus, but you don't want to hear what I have to say about Jesus. And she goes, okay. She's like 9 years old.
What a cool
just
kid.
A fucking kid. Well, you got to think what they're being taught. Jesus is this cool bro who like wants to hang out, and he does love everybody. And,
except gays.
No. I don't think Jesus ever said anything negative against the gays. That's all in Leviticus. That's like hundreds of years before Jesus was ever
honestly, to tell you the truth, it's like it's not even like the teachings of Jesus Christ that are wrong. It's like what people have done with it.
Yeah, Jesus was like, I love hookers.
Yeah. Because it's like, look, I'm not like, don't get me wrong, I'm not like pro-Christian or pro-religion or anything, or any of that shit. But what I'm saying is, it's like, I mean, people said they're like, it's like, okay, man's supposed to be with a woman. It says that, but it doesn't say a man's supposed to be with a woman, and if he's not, he should be murdered, or something like that.
It also doesn't say you can't butt fuck other men. Like, there's nowhere in the Bible that says you cannot butt fuck another dude. Never found that passage. I want to write the cool guy Bible and like just make it all real like broy and shit. That'd be fucking
cool. All right, dudes, check this out.
I don't know. It's just people being fucking idiots. They just take shit. They just blow it out of proportion.
Well,
it's just stupid.
That Jesus Christ's message of love and forgiveness is probably fairly universal, like feeding poor people and shit. Jesus is the perfect example, just like some other figures in history of, if you piss off the government, they're gonna fucking kill your ass. Jesus is a real good example of that. Now you don't get crucified anymore because we've become more merciful.
Just get shot in the head.
or strapped down to a table and injected with chemicals that we're not 100% sure where they're coming from or what they're going to do to you. America.
We know it'll kill you, though.
Yeah. Let's talk about Donald Trump. Let's really open wide religion and politics on the second episode of Thundertank. Oh, we haven't even started. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just having fun.
Is there anything you guys want to talk about specifically?
Well, we're going to talk about the new EP. Like, that should be the main focus. Yeah. I'm sorry to answer for you.
I mean, yeah, you were right. So.
We've been fighting all week, so it's nice to hear
really
you're
have
right.
Any, like, shows or anything coming up soon, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we have like, I mean, there's like some idea. There's like nothing really set in stone. There's some pretty cool like show ideas coming up, but I bet I've talked to a few people, but they're not going to be at like venues. They're going to be at like, I don't know, trying to get more into like backyard barbecue kind of shit like that. But but there's already two of them. But yeah, like more DIY shit, man. Like kind of like it's like starts at 4 p.m. on a Sunday, and you go like watch your friends' bands and eat barbecue and shit.
Sounds cooler than watching football. Going to church.
Look, football and church are a staple of the American society. I can't believe you young, long-haired boys don't like church. Wait, what's let's see, I think if you look on the cover of the second EP, there's like a zombie dude shoving an upside down cross through the face of a preacher.
The second demo.
Is that the second? Heaven is for pussies. We're at a pawn shop the other day. I was looking at some acoustic guitars because I want to get an acoustic guitar, but I don't want to pay $1 million for a guitar. And I was wearing that shirt, and one of the guys around the corner, he was like, "Yo, Joe, check this guy's shirt out. It says Heaven is for pussies. Turn around, man." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" They totally dug that fucking shirt.
That's awesome.
That's badass.
Heaven is for pussies.
You never know what you're gonna get when you walk into a pawn shop.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Nah, but I mean, I guess as far as the music shit goes, like we don't have we've just been like mainly just focusing on the EP,
right?
And stuff. But it'll be I don't know, like I think it's like the heaviest shit that we'll put out to date. Like it really like steps into.
I was gonna ask you about that. So
we're the most rehearsed for it too. So
until you messaged me the other day and we're like, hey, let's sit down and do another interview. We've got some new stuff coming up. I had never really thought about interviewing a band twice. It was just like one of those weird, like, mental walls that I had built. Like, we're never gonna do 2 interviews with the same band, which is dumb. Like, why would you like wall yourself off like that? So I'm pretty excited. And then Jeff from Destroyer of Light was like, come back to Austin. Let's do another interview. We got this new album coming out. And I was like,
yeah, man, it's cool, man.
That's how it should be. That's such a great fucking idea.
Yeah, use it to kick it up and promote it, everybody's shit. And...
So what do we call this room?
Room 14.
That's it? It doesn't have a special name, like 14. The Fuck Lair or like the Thunder Cunt or like nothing.
Practice Space, Room 14.
Yeah. Practice Space, Room 14.
Or our Facebook group is Room 14 Ho.
Room 14 Ho, like we're on our way, let's go, ho, or ho, like there's a ho.
There's
Jeez.
a ho. Like tricks and hoes.
Oh, ooh.
Hose.
Both of those
Room
would
14,
be.
ho.
I would have been happy with either of the outcomes. Well, because like you guys can't see this because this is audio, but on this back wall there's a bunch of like ultra cheesy fantasy Conan-y fucking fight scenes with titties going on.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. There's like a Valkyrie woman and there's like a dragon ship and a dude killing a snake, like that scene from Conan where he like fucking uppercuts that snake with a sword. It's a badass movie. It's exactly what I thought about when I saw those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this the direction the Thundertank is heading? Cheesy fantasy metal?
No.
Because I would be okay with that. Oh, man. No. I would be really excited to hear some fantasy, like, elf songs.
I don't know. I've been wanting to put cooler stuff on the walls. Like, there's some cool art, but there's a lot of
I love the swastikas. The swastikas are the best part. Well, they say that they didn't put them there, but how are you ever going to prove that statement? Really?
I know. I know he put this fucking dick. Look, it goes up the wall and then goes onto the ceiling.
And it's just spraying jism, I assume. Although my jizz is never that stringy.
Yeah, or this is Shane too. This cock, like written right here on the ceiling
across the tiles.
Right here.
Trying to be original. No one draws stuff up there. Where the blow is.
I really appreciate that.
Where the blow is.
I stopped doing toot. I also gave up pussy.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been a rough day.
I'm sorry, man.
We've been like infected with guar in the last year. That's all we've been listening to. So I always think about Nazis and stuff because they really did not like Nazis.
Who does?
Yeah, David Brockie was like, Nazis fucking suck. And we watched one of his last interviews before he accidentally killed himself, in which the interview said he could handle his drugs. Ha ha ha! Jokes on everyone else, right? Because he's dead. I don't know. I felt real disrespectful there. But no, he's talking to some chick that has way too much eye makeup on, and she's like, here's some really stupid interview questions. And he's like, this is what I would tell the bands about the stupid question you just asked. Go listen to the first Black Sabbath record before you make a fucking album. Because that's how you make a fucking metal album. I was like, oh, this dude truly knew what he was talking about.
You can't fuck with that first album.
No, you certainly cannot.
You can't fuck with Ozzy era Black Sabbath.
No,
that is just the best.
Tony.
First 6?
Nope.
That's all you need, baby.
And honestly, dude, like, look, hey, man, like, and I know, like, there's a lot of people that bust my balls about it, but it's just like, look, like, I appreciate Ronnie James Dio, like, for his musical influence, but it's just like not, like, it's just I'm not really like into like his shit, like at the.
You don't like fantasy rainbows and elves and like galloping tigers?
Fuck
no.
Yeah, that's not everybody likes that kind of shit.
I'm just not into it, and people will be like, oh, well, Ozzy couldn't even sing. It's like, well, yeah, he's on the
I'm listening to Sabotage, dude.
Yeah, but he's also like, I mean,
that question would be no. They're like, I hear the stuff that comes on the radio about Black Sabbath.
You try and sing Symptom of the Universe.
Which is easily one of the greatest songs ever written.
Heaviest.
Right?
Heaviest.
You try singing that shit. He's so high-pitched in that album.
I would like
People
to hear...
Say Ozzy can't sing are fucking retarded.
I formally request a Thundertank cover of Symptom of the Universe.
That'd be crazy.
Greatest undertaking of your career. That's what it would be.
Hell yeah.
We'd have to get some... Oh,
we've been talking about...
Can you sing that, Jack? You think you got that?
Nah, thrash it up. Fucking tear it up.
I don't know. I'll probably fucking butcher that song, but I can try it.
Okay, so once again, we're at room 14 with Phosphorus and Hell Crusher. You can phosphorus, hell crusher. Wait, hold on. I think
I was about to say mine was kind of wimpy.
Yeah, dude. How would you say it if you were gonna like introduce it with some phosphorus, hell crusher, Thundertank? If this was a video, there would be like lightning bolts and like the Thundertank logo would be flashing, but we don't do video. Hold on, I have to smoke some weed with these guys. So you have a new EP coming out. What's it called? Do we know what it's called yet?
Goat Smoker.
Goat Smoker?
Yes, Goat Smoker.
Really? Interesting. Yeah. That would like... Is this one going to be like doomier than some of the other stuff you're doing? Yeah, because that said to me when you say goat and smoke or goat and snake or goat swamp, anything with goat in it, it's got to be doomy.
Yeah.
Which that makes me really excited because I'm a huge doom guy.
There's a lot more slow parts in these songs, and they're also a lot longer than they used to be, because we would have like one slow part at least in most of our songs, but sometimes they're pretty quick. But there's a lot of slow intros and build-ups to a lot of these songs.
What was the last EP called? Let Us Thrash in the Darkness of Hell? Yeah. That definitely had a little bit more of a doomy aspect to it.
Oh, yeah. We had just straight up like weed smoking anthems on that song, so.
Good.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah. No, I love it. So, but even Heaven Is for Pussies, even then, there was one or two songs that really kind of had those like doomy breakdowns and those doomy parts. One of them is very Sabbathy. So I don't know about the first EP or the demo, whatever. I don't even know what it's called. I know it exists, but I couldn't get a
Black Sorcerer.
Yeah, I couldn't get a copy of it, like physical. So I said, "Fuck it."
I might have an extra one. I can
never listen. I'd love that. That'd be fucking awesome.
It's really raw, but yeah, it's kind of the same. Mix,
I guess like
a lot more punky.
I guess like over time. Yeah. Besides the first one, like. We fucked with more like stoner and like slow doomy shit, but like I mean like this like upcoming EP, like I think like these are like in my opinion like because it's 4 songs, but each one of these songs is like really strong, and I think like that's why it's okay that it's only 4 songs, because like the one we put before was 8 songs, the one before that was like 6 or 7, the one before that was 5. Like we never put out one that was just 4.
Do you feel like those are kind of have some filler, like they have 2 or 3 really knockout songs, and then some fuck off, or
like okay, I'll say I wouldn't say that it's like there's any fuck off, because I know we busted our ass in every single one of them, but this one we practice extra hard, and like I think it's just they're just like more they're more well written and like put together and shit like that.
They're definitely longer too.
You have recently got a new bass player.
Yes,
who
sir.
I've seen him play with you guys, but I don't know him. I don't know his name. Although I'd recognize him if I saw a picture.
He's one of our old friends. His name's Tony Glasses. He goes by Dishammer.
Dishammer?
Dishammer.
Like, because your mama's so fat that when she jumped in the air, she got stuck. Dishammer, like that, or is that lame? Like, does that making fun of it? Because that's what I thought of.
No, it's like the whole crust punk discharge thing. He's crust lord of H-Town, of course. Everybody knows that.
I don't know what any of that shit means. I mean, I've heard the words before, but like,
well, after Discharge, there was a lot of bands, Dysphere.
Okay.
It's like Dysphere, Disc.
So it's not as lame as I just totally described it. I apologize, Dishammer, for the lame way I talked about your name, but you could be here to defend yourself, but you're not. That's your fault.
He might show up. We'll see.
I'm kind of excited. Will he actually talk? Because when King Shit came in the last interview, he was like, "I ain't saying anything about my band."
No, I'm pretty. Yeah, nice. It's definitely kicked it up a notch because it was like he's like, I guess since he's an older cat, when we needed a bass player when we came in here, we showed him the songs, but it was weird because like, okay, we usually come in here, play the set twice, and they get really fucking drunk
and just fucking party,
right? And just party. But like the first 2 or 3 months, like. Just like, okay, let's play the set again. Let's play that song again. He keeps saying that. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
So we would just be worn the fuck out. Like,
we would
work. So you like were practicing and like,
we were practicing more because he wanted to learn the
molding your
song.
craft and like making the song sound. But interesting. I feel like many bands would agree that's probably the route you need to take when you're trying to make music.
It's done us a hell of a lot of good. I mean, we've always practiced at least once or twice a week, but
his influence,
they've been getting more intense. Like, just I don't know, because he would want to learn them, so he would want to repeat it over and over.
Right, that makes sense. But it'd be
everybody.
Does he have a lot of influence on like the new kind of sound that's going on in the new album?
Definitely.
He's already showed us a couple songs that we're working on as a band together. we already have, like, aside from Goat Smoker, other ideas for
Goat
releases
Smoker.
already.
That is a great name. How did that come
Jack's
about,
baby.
Jack? The Hell Crusher.
I don't know, man. I just kind of thought like we always do like that evil satanic imagery, but we also like do the stoner shit. So
I love it. I love that
I was
mix.
like,
It's beautiful.
Prefix, suffix, Goat Smoker, and it sounds pretty cool. And you know, like I mean, I don't know. It sounded cool to me.
Starts off super slow. It's going to be a fun one to record.
Is there a centralized theme for all the songs, or is it just kind of is everything? Do you have a track list? Can we talk about some tracks? What's going to be on it?
Well, the first one is title track, Goat Smoker. Then the second one, it will be called it's called Primitive Hell Ripper, and it's
That's probably the fast song on the album.
and it's like it's about, you know, drinking beer, kicking ass, fucking pussy in hell, like causing shit.
In hell?
Everywhere in hell on earth.
Okay.
And then
They probably don't fuck a lot of pussy in heaven.
And then after that,
it's just sad.
And then you know, well, whatever. And then on the other side, there's Wall of Snow, which is about like doing massive amounts of blow. And then there's Endless Torment in the Fires of Hell, which is about being
well,
trapped in hell.
You live this amazing life full of toot and pussy. You're gonna end up in hell. Like, isn't that the way that works?
If you think about it, like you started smoking weed, and then you fall off the rails.
Yeah, everything was fun then. Everything was fun and games.
You know, I know the triggering of my good moral Christian, the downfall from being a good moral was weed. Like, they always told me weed wasn't a gateway drug, but the minute I toked weed, I started worshiping the devil and fucking people.
Oh, man. That sounds awesome.
The Republicans are right. It is a gateway drug to awesomeness. If you're not smoking weed and you're listening to this podcast, you need to go out, find your local weed dealer, and buy a joint. It's not going to hurt you. Well, do kids even roll joints anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. I feel like I'm so out of touch.
We're in Houston. Most people want to smoke blunts, but
that's very. My boss's, my owner's son is 19 and he smokes a lot of weed. He actually got me some weed. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And sometimes I use he's like, "What's swag?" Like, Reggie,
dude, I don't even know where to find it
weed, man.
anymore.
Nobody does. Nobody wants to smoke that nasty shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, nice.
Elizabeth's mom.
I mean, it's cheap. You could get a shitload.
She brought me a bunch of fucking swag.
Shit.
It was amazing. It was beautiful. Ooh. I got cones because I was lazy. I didn't want to roll my own joints, and I just like smoking.
Like the raw cones?
The fat cones, and just getting super like weirdly high because the high's not nearly as good, but it just really hunkered down. Like you feel like there's a weight on you.
Yeah, couch lock for sure. You're just stuck in there. If you're playing video games, you're not getting up. It's nice. I don't know.
So it sounds like, with the addition of Dishammer, you guys are gonna, this is gonna sound shitty, but like take things more seriously. Not that you weren't before, but there seems to be more of a...
Well, we just have another member that takes it as seriously as me and Hellcrusher do, so it helps get more things done.
Was there an issue beforehand with other band members who were like, look, man, I just want to smoke this crack and fuck off on this instrument. I really don't want to practice the set we've already practiced.
No, I think it's just like, there's just like, I don't know, it's always been like me. Okay, everybody puts in something, of course, that's why it sounds that way. Everybody played great and all that shit, but, you know, a lot of the times it's just me and Phosphorus. And, like, that's what it's like. That's how it's been for, like, it's about to go on 4 years. But that's how it's always been. So it's cool to have, a bass player that is, like, right there.
Into it and, like, wants to be part of it and wants to push it forward.
Yeah,
but I mean... He just got, like, our first bottle openers made, like, new merchandise. And, it's like, let's do stuff. Here, I know this guy's in New Orleans. We need to set up a show soon. Or, I know this guy with merchandise. Let's do this
cool.
merchandise
Like,
real quick. Y'all figure out the money and I'll get it done this week. Like,
so there's
we're like trying to get stuff done, like not just talking about it, planning, getting things done, paying for stuff, you know.
Being a band,
yeah,
wanting to be more than just a local band, I suppose.
Yeah, we don't want to play in Houston forever.
That's what man. When you guys abandon Houston, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna
always be.
I'm gonna be happy, but I'm gonna be sad. Yeah, well, Doomstress just did that. Doomstress, and this is not her words or their words. This is just me, John fucking Winningham speaking. I'm sorry, I didn't use my stage name. She was like, fuck Houston, we're going to go be a real band and tour everywhere else and like push our name out. And she didn't really say that. They still play local shows.
Yeah.
But they stopped playing so many local shows and started booking tours. Because this is something that we've talked about. We may have talked about this last interview. I don't remember. I didn't listen to it because I'm shitty at what I do. But this is something that we've talked about with other people. The music industry has changed. It's not the way it used to be. And then, like, but that doesn't mean that you can't be a successful quote-unquote touring band. Look at Mothership from Dallas. Those motherfuckers just all quit their job. Are you guys familiar with Mothership?
No.
Oh, God, dude. They make fucking doomy, badass fucking... Well, listen to some.
But even Cryptic Void, they just came back from a European tour. There's a lot of
you can do
local metal bands that are doing
it. You can
are they
do
millionaires? Hell no, but they're seeing the world and they're playing music. That's
right, and you're able to kind of, I mean, I'm not going to say you're going to be able to buy $1 million house, but you'll at least be able to tour the East Coast and the West Coast and like the North United States, and then maybe get to go somewhere else.
I think it's more. I think it's more about the experience of doing it rather than like making a career out of it. It's just like a way that you get to travel, play your music, have really good experiences. Like, I'm not like trying to like not have a day job and play music, because I would never want like music to be my job. That would, I mean,
you think it would
I don't
ruin
think
it?
anyone thinks of it as being a career if you actually do it for the right reasons.
Like, just like kind of, I don't know, man. Just like work a fucking day job, try to spread your music out. People hear it, you get to travel and do cool shit, and like that's like
you get to hang out with people like us.
And, you know, whatever. Work in the kitchen for a little bit and then you go back on tour.
But one of the things is though is that I it is really badass to see a lot of like our friends and shit like travel a whole bunch, because it's something that we haven't had the chance to do a lot. But I mean, I know we'll do it more in the future. But that's badass when you go to fucking Mexico or fucking Czech Republic or, you know, wherever, California. Was
it God-fearing fuck that just played Mexico?
Tony's in that band too. They just came back from Mexico.
That's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Because, I mean, you're never going to get rich playing metal. This shit doesn't fucking happen anymore.
Yeah.
Not that that's what you want to do necessarily, like Jack said.
Yeah, I mean,
there's plenty of people that want good metal. I mean,
there's a lot of people that want good metal,
exactly.
And there's a lot of really shitty ass metal. A lot of shit.
Yes,
there is like an overwhelmingly large amount of shit.
Shitty metal, probably. I mean, if you just taking the numbers.
Well, what do you think is the shittiest local Texas band? Come on, let's name some names.
I don't know.
This is probably not territory we should tread.
Nah,
we should probably.
Look, I'll say this. Like, I guess I wouldn't know because I don't go to shows that I think the bands are
exactly.
Shitty. I just go to the shows with the bands that I like. So
okay, so let me pose a theory to you. Let's say that you're not in Thundertank, but you are a fan like me. I'm not in Thundertank, but I am a fan of Thundertank, and if Thundertank's playing and we can go, we're gonna go. I know we've only seen you guys like twice live, and we've had like 1 million fucking chances, but we can't be at every show, god damn it.
Yeah.
Let's say Thundertank is playing with band B, C, and D, and you don't like band B and D. Like, are you still gonna go to just see Thundertank, or are you just not gonna go to that show at all?
I go to shows for just one band sometimes.
Yeah. It's like I don't know, like yeah, man, dude. I'll go sit through some like okay or kind of like more shittier bands to see a band that I like. Definitely.
I mean, I'll stand up there and check it out for a second. And if I'm really not into it, I'll walk outside and smoke a cigarette. But I'll check it out, man.
And also, like,
I try not to be a dick or super judgmental.
Yeah, and like
if they have a good guitar player, a good drummer, or something. You know.
Yeah, dude. Like, just sit there and watch them. Like even if I'm not really into it, still stand there, watch their set, drink a beer. You know what I mean? Just check them out.
I want people to watch me, so
find some sort of redeeming factor.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not gonna be like, oh man, this is the coolest shit ever. But I'll sit there. I mean, I'm watching.
That's something I've had to learn to do with like doing this podcast with Elizabeth and shit. Is starting to, cause like John, me, regular dude, likes what he likes, and he has clear shit that he likes and that he doesn't like. And there's a lot of stuff that I don't like. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of shit I listen to and that we even play on the show that I don't like. But you might like it, or you might like it, or you might like it. And I want you and you to listen to the show. You know what I mean? So, like, I've had to learn to, okay, I don't particularly like this metalcore band, but I really like the guitar player. I think the drums are, like you have to find that one thing that you pick. You got to pick it out and then kind of just hone in on that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess trying to appeal to a more like broad audience.
Well, the one thing that gets me about local shows, and it's something I've heard other people complain about, and everybody has their own fucking opinion, but like. You go to like a death metal show, you see some death metal and some black metal and some like Blackened thrash, and you go to a doom show and you might see some like classic doom with some stoner doom and then maybe some scraggly vocal doom. Or, like there's not a lot of like meshing. You don't go to like a show that has Thundertank and then like Blues Funeral and The Scourge and then like Insolvent on it. You know what I mean? Like they're always kind of very similar styles.
Well. Actually, we've been playing with this punk band Daggerhead, which is like old friends of ours, and the fucking show that I fucking broke my ankle at, like we were gonna play there, but they're like punk, and then we played with them a few other times, but we've actually I think they've actually had some pretty cool bills because. Like, there was one that was, like, Peasant, Crusher, and then Sparse, which is a grindcore band.
Yes.
So you have, like, Peasant, which is rock and roll.
Show, but I fucking wanted to.
And you have Crusher is Doom, and then Sparse is, like, grindcore, power violence, kind of punky, thrashy. And, like, so I think, like, I mean, there are those shows that do cross over like that, but you don't see it too much.
Yeah, I would say it's not super common. And for me, like, as a fan, as someone who wants to go to these shows, and, we haven't gone to as many shows in the last 6 months as we had, like, the prior year just because fucking money's been low, And, like... We've been wanting to do our own shit. Like, we've been wanting to do, like, Texas Metal Show Presents Live, but we haven't been making the money to do it. And, but what I want to do, and this is my main goal, and this is something I try to talk to everyone about, like, I want to do diverse shows. Because I want to see a doom metal band with a thrash metal band, and then there'd be a death metal band and, like, a sludge metal band open.
Fuck yeah,
yeah,
why
like,
not?
And I wonder if, obviously, you're going to have the, like, purist assholes who are like, well, shit, all these bands aren't, like whatever box I have made for what real metal is, because everybody has that box.
I feel like those shows are always funner.
I do.
Because you
I
get
do as
like
well.
this band attracts this group, this band attracts this group. Like all the grind freaks are going to show up for this dude, and all the punk kids are going to show up for this band, and then all the people that want to see some fucking thrashing ass shit show up for this band, and then it's like we're all friends anyways.
Right, yeah, because you want to go to your buddy's shows because you want to pay your $8
around. So those usually end up being the funnest. Like,
I just wish there was more of them.
Yeah, I think it's been happening more and more. Like 3 or 4 years ago, it was definitely way more rare. But
and we're a giant ass city, and there's a lot of really good fucking bands in the city.
Yeah, no. I was actually talking with my girlfriend earlier. I was like, man, I wish there was a way well, I mean, like maybe people would throw down to like make a compilation, because I really think like this era, like. I would say within the last year and a half or 2 years, and like what's going on right now, like just like my friends' bands, like there's a lot of interesting bands and there's a lot of good releases, and they're really good. And I mean,
I've been wondering like why isn't there a Houston compilation right now?
Well, I talked to Brandon from Doomstress about that months ago. He was like, you should get a bunch of people who maybe have like some unreleased songs that they never put on any of their EPs and like do a comp. Apparently, there used to be things like that. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head, and the reason I ended up bringing it up to Brandon, who's a good buddy of mine, is... fuck. I've lost my train of thought. Why does this happen to me sometimes? Talking to Brandon. Anyway, I wanted to get one of the compilations because it had a song I wanted to hear, and he was like, well, I knew the guy who did it. Maybe I can find you a copy. And like, if you want to work on a project where we make like a comp of varying genres of metal or even like heavier punk and like D-beat and shit, stuff I don't know about. Like that stuff is all like, let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll put my name on it, and and I'll help. Well, I'll pay for production. Like obviously we can do a booklet, and everybody can be thanked, and so on and so forth. But that is an idea that we've actually tossed around a couple times.
No,
CDs are cheap.
Yeah.
CDs are not fucking expensive, as you know.
Yeah, I just think that
I feel like they might even.
I just
be
think
than tapes, depending on
that
the
there's like
packaging.
There's like seriously like if you could put one song from like 15 bands, like have a 15 track CD, just one song, like I mean,
like two discs.
No. Or, man, I'm
and
saying like
there's 1 through.
There's so much good music because it's like it's Houston. It's
if you
Houston,
take in
Texas.
all
Of
the
course,
punk,
there's
all
going
the
to be
hardcore
like,
punk and all the kinds of varying different metals. Like there would be a shitload of bands with a lot of good music.
and they all sound different.
And
too.
that's why I've been wondering why that's been lacking. Like,
Right.
you know, it's one of the biggest metropolises in the country. And like,
Well, we kind of do that a little bit with the show,
feel
but
like
we
some
pull
people
from
try,
but
but-
we pull from everywhere though. Like we got shit from all over the place. We don't generally, when we do one of our episodes of like Texas Metal Radio, is like Dallas and San Antonio, Midland, and fucking Lubbock and El Paso and shit. We don't normally just focus on Houston, although
Try not to.
it's
Yeah.
easier to
well, even
because
the
I'm
Texas
here.
one would be badass.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. So
They used to exist. this show, I don't know when this is going to be released. I don't know what month it is, because right now it's May, right? So this might be 3 or 4 months down the line.
I think, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm not sure. Do you know the Jake Holmes?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Have you ever read Under the Sign of the Lone Star?
I've got 2 or 3 issues at the house.
Cool.
We did a really shitty interview with him over Skype, where I like
over Skype. That must have been fun.
It wasn't. It doesn't. And he's a nice dude, and we've met a few times, and I like a lot of the bands he's playing in. But like, it doesn't have this feel like we're all sitting in a room smoking dope. Like it's really hard to connect. And I ended up bringing up Dimmu Borgir, and I know that dude. Look, I know that was a faux pas. I apologize. You know, like the real black metal guys don't want to hear about successful bands. Sorry, that was a cheap shot.
Boring bands.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you what. When I was 15 years old and I heard Death Call Armageddon and fucking Enthroned Darkness Triumphant for the first time, I was like, holy fuck.
What is that?
Well,
fucking Dimmu Borgir. Dude,
well,
you listen to Enthroned Darkness Triumphant?
Oh, I'm sorry.
God damn. Well, Enthroned Darkness Triumphant.
I saw them with Danzig.
They're like, that album is
don't
like
like
their
dancing.
weird transition from a more
Early
older,
Danzig's
like
tight.
second wave style black metal to like the more symphonic-y stuff they would end up being. So it's a fairly righteous mix in my personal opinion. But like, there's 2 bands you don't bring up around real black metal people, and that's Cradle of Filth and Dimmu Borgir, and I fucked up. So Jake, I apologize. I fucking apologize, man. I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. Like that, like.
I still listen to Cradle of Filth and Dimmu Borgir, and fuck you if you don't like me for it.
No, I remember like when I started listening to like black metal and stuff, like it was like fucking. The first was Dark Throne and Immortal.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing, and it's weird because I still think they had at least Dark Throne has like a big influence. I like to think.
I love it.
Like some of the shit.
Fenriz does a show called Fenriz Radio.
Yeah,
And,
it's
badass.
It's really
I love
good.
It. He plays all sorts of shit on that show.
Good. Yeah, he'll like have those ones where he does like just electronic music and like ambient, like weird shit. And like
I would love to talk to that guy for 20 minutes. That would be an interesting conversation.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like I think like he's like a post office worker or something. But I am
the working class. That dude, I'll tell you what, Circle of Wagons is a badass Dark Throne album. If you're a Dark Throne fan and you think that album sucks, you fucking suck.
No. Hey, fucking Shane. Shane's the one that doesn't like it when Dark Throne gets punky. Like you know what I'm talking about? Like the last few, like Circle of Wagons.
Yeah, that's like a fucking Motorhead album. It doesn't sound anything like Dark Throne, and that's what makes it so fucking good. I think. Hey, what do you think of Circle of Wagons? Come on, let's talk Dark Throne. Sit down. Oh, he's got a serious face. All right, you fucking assholes. Let me tell you what true second wave black metal is all about.
No, I mean, I haven't listened to that album or a lot of the newer Dark Throne albums, but actually Tony Dishammer showed me Underground Resistance, and he played a bunch of the songs when we were leaving practice to go buy beer to come back, actually, and I was like, what? This is fucking sick. Like, songs like Valkyrie, and I don't know, there was a bunch of other stuff, but that song stuck with me. But I don't know, I kind of want to give it another chance now.
Yeah?
Because the first time I heard that, I was like, man, this is kind of weird. I don't know about this. I'm used to Unreal Funeral Moon. But
yeah. I understand. When you go from this disgusting second wave sound to this like this real kind of poppy like
I feel like I like
dude,
the
but
music,
you were also
but the
talking
vocals
shit.
on
You
a
were
lot
also
of those
talking
songs,
shit.
like,
You were talking shit about Too Old Too Cold.
Yeah.
That shit's badass. Dude.
I also haven't given it a listen in like
that's one of my favorite defenses.
So I'm
You're
still
like,
just
man,
holding on to like my 18-year-old opinion of that album. Maybe I should give it another chance.
Well, what started you on your black metal journey?
If
you
Mayhem,
remember.
Carpathian Forest.
You're like chainsaw nun fuck or chainsaw gut fuck or whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's funny because like some of early Mayhem lyrics are bad, like really just bad. You're like, holy shit, why did this dude think? I don't know who was writing. If it was all Euronymous, it's like fuck a nun in the butt, and you're like, what? Did you just say fuck a nun in the butt? Like, you should like rape her in her ass. Like, I don't know, just fucking. I like Mayhem.
I mean the classic album, of course, Des Mysterious Noms Satanas, like the Blue album with the church. Like that's Attila singing and. Dead wrote the lyrics, and he's an awesome lyricist, and that's like the classic album for everyone. Some of the early stuff's kind of cheesy, but I still like it. I like almost everything they've put out, actually.
I used to love the second wave.
I was like fuck with Death Crush.
Death Crush is fucking
Death Crush and like Morbid, the band before. That band's badass too.
Dead's band before he went to Mayhem. His metal band in Sweden. Have you ever listened to that?
Mm-mm.
Morbid.
Yeah, look, yeah, that's yeah.
Man,
Hey, yeah, that's
really
this that's this bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like creepy, like
It's really
horror,
weird, man.
thrash kind of, and his vocals are like kind of whispery and like.
Too
haunting.
bad he's dead.
Oh,
God damn it.
He's dead and he is dead.
Well, you
I'll have
know,
to sing
life
that
is
link.
is
That
really
album's
hard.
really
Yeah,
fucking
I would
badass.
love that. That would be great. See,
Actually-
I took a real weird turn. Like I got God, what is that album called? Not a Ghost in Her Fire. That's off Midian. What's the Death in Her Embrace? Cradle of Filth was kind of like my introduction to the, I don't want to say black metal because people will be like, Cradle of Filth isn't black metal, but they certainly have black metal elements to their music. But from Cradle of Filth, it went to Dimmu Borgir because, oh, that is awesome. It looks kind of like a bat.
Silver Moon. It's
a beautiful
very,
bat.
Very,
I love that
very
I love
good
the
album.
old church. I like how it looks like it has a face.
This is Dead's band before Mayhem. It's fucking sick.
I'll have to listen to it.
No, you really do, man. It's really
it's badass,
fast, thrashy guitaring and gnarly vocals.
Well,
It's
once I
badass.
got At War with Satan, which I bought because it looked cool, and then I got
Classic.
Burzum Philosophim. I'm probably
Yes.
pronouncing
That
that wrong.
is
Jesus
also-
Code.
But that
Oh
was
my
like,
God,
yeah, dude, nothing's better than listening to songs about Jesus dying. Like,
Dude.
that's
For real.
just the best
And
way
then
to
the
go.
long 25-minute instrumental. I used to fall asleep to that song.
Dude, hey, dude.
Badass.
Okay,
I mean, fuck.
Okay.
Burzum,
it was like
the guy, but that album.
Yeah, I was trying to make that. Yeah.
no. Look. Okay, I'll say this. Fuck Burzum, the guy. He's a fucking douchebag.
Varg.
But
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
hey,
I forgot his name.
dude. Hey, it was like 4 years ago, and whenever I had that apartment in Montrose, and I was walking from my job at Payway, and it was cold as fuck, and I bought I went to that Kroger and bought Alaskan IPA, a 6-pack, but I listened to Philosophim. And it was fucking cold as shit, and I had to walk home,
Fuck
and it
yeah.
was like a
Loud
45.
as hell.
It was like a 45-minute walk
quality.
home. But like I listened to that, and then right before I got there, I started listening to Frostland tapes by Dark Throne. But man, I'm talking about like, dude, that put me in some other state of mind. Like it was weird just for it to be like cold, like walking through the night like that in some weird neighborhood.
Yeah, listening to just a bunch of Norwegians play horrible music is a really good way to celebrate it being cold as fuck outside.
Nah, Philosophim's like hypnotic almost. Like he repeats
it
the
really
riff
is.
over and over, and if you listen to any other band do that, it would be like, dude,
We're like,
change it
yeah,
already.
what the fuck?
But it's like you're kind of just in this zone. It's 32 fucking times, and it just rules the whole time.
I'm a kind of lame-o hipster, and I like to listen to records. Somebody told me the other day only hipsters listen to records, and I was like, I'm not sure I
fuck
agree
them.
with that,
Well,
but
whoever
whatever.
said that, you should have slapped the fuck out of
They
it.
like really shitty, like new proggy, like bad
Dude,
metal.
dude,
so
listen,
it's
hey,
okay.
dude,
yeah.
hey,
Poser, you know who you
Dude.
are. I'm not gonna say your name, but if you
Dude,
listen to this, you know who you are. You
Dude,
jangly fuck.
This guy told me the other day. He's like, people don't buy records and they don't buy tapes, and I was like,
Yes, they do.
Yeah. No idea what you're talking
I was
about.
like, you have no, yeah, exactly. You have no idea what you're talking about. He's like, nah, man. Why would they do that when they could get a digital download?
Hey, look,
No
I
one
love,
even downloads
Look,
anymore,
I
dude.
do.
Everyone
I
streams
fucking.
music.
I don't
was
stream
like-
because I can't afford the data. I got a 64 gig iPhone, and I'll tell you what. I certainly love the fact that Bandcamp, when you buy a tape or a record,
you the free
you
digital
get the free
download.
digital download. Because I
Yeah.
listen to a lot of digital music, but I don't stream because I'm old and I don't understand how it works, and it scares me. Just like my grandfather, who was scared of computers. He used to always say, "Well, I don't know why we need a computer," but he's dead. So what does he know? Clearly, I
doesn't
won
know how to
that.
stream music.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
He doesn't know how to stream Dark
And his
Throne.
wife, my grandmother, who's an amazing woman, is on Facebook like a goddamn jackrabbit. She's like fucking 80-something.
Sick.
God, I hope she never listens to this shit.
Shouts
she
out.
would. She could. Yeah, she'd be like, they're talking about the
Grandma?
devil. Click. Real Christian, but she's like a Democrat Christian, so very, very different than the Republican Christian.
Was she disappointed when Hillary lost?
She didn't. I don't know if she was a Hillary fan because we didn't really talk about it a whole lot. But she didn't understand how we voted in Trump.
It's a hard thing to talk about.
Yeah. Let's move away. Let's talk about the new EP a little bit more.
All right, let's do it. I'm stealing another one of your cigarettes, baby. I'm
Goat
sorry.
Smoker.
Yeah, goat smoke.
You guys put on that Goat Smoking album. Thundertank.
I like that.
I don't know why I put in
That
this
goddamn
weird-
goat smoking shit.
Yeah,
Goat
it's good.
smoker.
It's so
Primitive Hell Ripper.
We got one good fast song on there. Did you say was the second song? Or we got a little bit of mix of all fast, a little mix of slow.
They all have fast parts, all of them. But I mean, a lot of them start slow. Well, I mean, there's not a lot of songs, but Goat Smoker starts pretty slow. Primitive Hell Ripper starts slow for a second, and then it goes fast as fuck for most of the song. Wall of Snow.
Don't give it away, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Look, we're not listening to it. We're just talking about it. No one's gonna. You can't get the same feeling from just us talking about it.
They're just like more extended, slow parts than we've ever done before. I think
honestly, like I think there's some of the more well written songs that we've put out. And I'll put it like that.
Well, as you listen to, like, if you listen to Heaven Is for Pussies and you listen to Let Us Thrash in the Darkness of Hell, you can hear a definite change. I mean, you guys are still making the same kind of music and it's all very similar, but, you went with different production, which I think really put Let Us Thrash in the Darkness of Hell above Heaven Is for Pussies.
And we'll be recording with the same guy.
Okay, so we're going to get kind of the same.
Actually.
In this very room, room 14.
Yeah.
Oh.
The cunt room. Thunder cunt.
Cunt room.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a terrible name.
I think there actually is a Thunder Cunt band. Is there? Something like
I imagine there would
Thunder
be.
Pussy or Thunder Cunt, something like that. I'm pretty sure
Thunder
there is.
Pussy. That's badass.
But yeah, last time we recorded in Walters, but we have to give them a fee, which is not really a big deal, but I kind of like the idea.
You have to pay the guy?
Yeah, it's not a lot. We give Zach like $25 to let us record in there.
Oh, okay, so it's not like, yeah.
That wasn't the deal breaker or anything, but Brandon was just like, or we can record in your room. It's like, you know what? We can have everything set up the night before as opposed to like waking up early in the hall and shit down the street. I can have my drums all tuned, ready to go. He can have his guitars, everything ready to go.
Wait, you have to tune the drums?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What? I thought you just beat the shit out of them all the time.
I've been recently trying to learn how to do it.
Clearly, I am not a musician and did not know you had to tune a drum.
Especially the snare. That's like...
You know what a drum key is?
The lugs. These all have a certain tension. If this one's tight as fuck and this one is loose, the drum will generally sound like shit.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense.
If they're all the same relative tension, it'll have like a nice thick sound without that...
I have played an instrument and played it well. I used to play the viola when I was younger. So I'm not like new to music, but why did I not know you had to fucking tune drums?
But especially...
Cut this part out. This totally makes me look like an idiot.
No,
I'm just joking. Elizabeth is just staring at me like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. You make me work so goddamn hard. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the only person in the room who didn't know what a drum key was.
If you've never played drums.
Like a wind-up key.
Yeah.
With a little...
Nah. He's got one of the fancy ones. Like no. Hey, dude. Hey, I never seen this shit before, but it's like you put the drum key on there and wind it up, and keep winding it until it clicks, and then that shows you that it's tight.
It's a torque key. You set it to a certain number. And
I'm sorry. It's a torque key. My bad.
When it hits that number, it stops.
My God.
So it's not perfect.
If only they had this 100 years ago. Imagine how the drums could sound. Oh, he's pulling out a case.
Oh, shit. Where the fuck is
He's reaching in. Oh, he's lost his fancy drum torque key. He's wearing a spiky belt, though.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, it's gone.
You just set it to a certain number, and you click it to one side, and then once you hit it, it'll click back, and then you set it back, and you keep it at the same number, and do it to the same, or to all the other lugs, and go around. So they're all like the relatively the same.
So
tension.
Thundertank really is getting...
We're trying,
way more professional here with what they're doing.
We're trying. I mean, Jack got the new speaker cabinet. We've all been trying to up our gear game. I've got new heads on all my drums. Like, we're really treating this next recording much more seriously than we ever have before.
I'm fucking excited because I really like the last recording and I really like the one before it. So
we pretty
to hear
much
that you
winged
guys...
all of them up to this point. And I was kind of just like sick of the results where like this could have sounded better. I could have played this better. I totally was unprepared for this part, but just recorded it anyways.
Yeah, it's like
so we've been like nailing it, just like, okay, let's play the 4 songs, play the 4 songs, play the 4 songs.
Yeah,
I'll go home and practice like certain parts, and they'll practice riffs, and we'll just figure it all out. And we've been doing that for months. So
that makes me way more excited.
Yeah, like one of the things he was saying, it was like going, like I guess like going into the recordings, like it's like, oh, okay, we got 6 songs. It's like, yeah, we can make our way through them, and then just go and record them. But I mean, pretty much just like he said, like it's cool, like actually like spending time on just 4 songs, rather than like having 6 or 8 songs that you can just make it through. You know, like
As
we can play them, like kind of, you know. But we like really like been working really hard on these, so it'd be cool.
So when are we gonna get to hear something off of Goat Smoker? What's the time frame here?
We're recording Monday, June 5th, which is coming up pretty goddamn soon.
2 weeks?
Yeah, I guess a couple weeks.
Yeah, just about.
And we already have Diablo Macabre on the artwork. So
that dude does amazing. That guy, his work is always fucking great.
Yeah, and we went with a totally different idea for the artwork, so it'll be less comic-y.
Are we gonna see?
Humorous
are we gonna still see the fucking zombies? Is that no? Zombies are gone, huh?
There's gonna be a big ass bong in the middle of the album.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that much.
That's gonna be fucking great. They love these Thundertank boys. They love
a goat skull
weed.
in the bowl, of course, because it's Goat Smoker. So
yeah,
we're smoking a goat.
I want to. Let's. You know what? Grab that goat that's out back here. Let's smoke that fucker right now.
I'm down to eat some goat.
Smoked goat or smoking goat?
Meal right there, boys.
Hell yeah.
Fucking goat meat.
How does one smoke a goat?
Well, we'll figure it out.
Really hot fucking torch.
Really hot. It's like a hot rail. You gotta hot railing with the
artwork should be done around the time that the recordings will be ready, because we're trying to pay everything all at once, so he'll be able to record and then immediately start mixing everything, because he's going to do both.
Oh yeah, and
so everything should come out pretty quick.
And actually, this just wanted to throw this out here. It just came to mind. I talked to this guy. I think his name's I know his name's Ramon, but he's from Brazil. I forget his last name. It kind of sucks, but anyway, he plays in Hell Poison, and we're gonna do a split with them.
Fuck yeah, I want that split.
From Brazil.
Yeah, they're from Brazil, and he's a one man like Blackened roll like band.
It's a very popular. Blackened roll is becoming very, very popular.
It's very Hellhammery. I listened to it this morning. It's
and
the artwork is fucking sick.
Can I hear it somewhere, or is this?
Yeah, Bandcamp.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Hell Poison.
Yeah, just look it up, and I was actually talking to the guy that did it today, and he asked me, he was like, would you like to do a split? And I said, well, we're gonna record an EP, maybe we can just do 2 and 2. And he was like, that sounds cool. And I mean, we haven't discussed the rest of it, but it's just an idea. But I think I'm pretty sure it'll happen. So Hell Poison and Thundertank split.
Fuck yeah, that sounds like a great ending. Last time,
and we already know what 2 songs we're gonna use.
Jack, last time you ended us out with you were like, "'Cause heaven is for pussies," and like you just went on this whole thing. It was fucking great. Do you have? Can you end us with another beautiful line?
Probably not.
There it is, folks.
Anyway, once again, just thank the Texas Metal Show for having Thundertank on here.
Yeah,
it's always a pleasure.
Back.
And thank you for helping us helping us out about talking about the Goat Smoker EP.
Yeah,
it's been a blast, and you guys get ready for the heaviest yet. And all of you fuckers can go to hell, because heaven is for pussy.
Fuck yeah. You know what? And this is a really good lesson for you people who may be in a band and might want to be on the show listening. Jack was like, hey man, let's do an interview. And I was like, okay, so it's really that fucking easy. Like, it doesn't have to be hard. The only downside to this plan is if you don't show up, the chances that I'm going to make time for you in the future are really fucking low. So thanks for being on the show. Thanks for getting in contact with me. Thanks for making badass music. Super fucking excited to hear Goat Smoker. God only knows what this episode's going to sound like, because we got all sorts of shit from the beginning that, who knows? It's going to be fucking good.
I wonder where she hit record.
Right, that's what I'm wanting. See, I don't know that either. That's it. Thanks for listening to the show. I hope you go buy a copy of Goat Smoker. I want to give a shout out to our buddy Scott Snyderwin for hooking us up for our Patreon. If you want to check it out, TexasMetalShow.com. Don't turn the episode off. There's some great plugs coming up. Go fuck yourself. AllThatIsHeavy.com is the first online record store in the world specializing in hard-to-find stoner rock, doom, psychedelic, desert rock, and sludge on vinyl and CD. They are diehard fans and only sell music by bands and record labels that they listen to themselves. AllThatIsHeavy.com has been in business for over 20 years and take great pride in their excellent selection, customer service, and secure packaging, so you can order from them with confidence. 100% independent and underground since 1997. AllThatIsHeavy.com. A Day in the Valley of Death 666 weekend, February 23rd and 24th at the Hop Shop in Harlingen, Texas. Putrid Womb, Belligerency, Giant of the Mountains, Spectral Manifest, Aeosol Tech, Wolf Skull, and many, many more. Tickets are on sale now, and you don't want to miss this brutal show. Go to TexasMetalShow.com for information and links. If you're looking for a place to drink excellent craft beer in Houston, check out Sigma Brewing Company, located at 3118 Harrisburg Boulevard. They have a great selection of pale ales, IPAs, stouts, and porters, as well as a comfortable tap room, clean restrooms, and they support the local metal scene in Houston, which is one of the best things about them, right behind their amazing milk stouts. The brewers at Sigma Brewing Company are passionate about their beer, and you can taste it. Make sure to check out the Texas Metal Show Facebook page for the most current Heavy Metal Monday event at Sigma Brewing.